Hi and welcome. Today's video is going to be me talking about tattoos and tattoo regret. So about a year ago, I decided to finally get my first tattoo. Now, I spent a very long period of time researching tattoos and vacillating back and forth between wanting one and not wanting one. This began for me in the late 1990s, say around 1997. I had my first thought about maybe considering a tattoo. And fast forward to August of 2022, which was just a little over a year ago, I decided that I would proceed and get my first tattoo. And so what prompted me to do that was that my boyfriend had gone out to Colorado to be part of a bachelor party. And although it wasn't really a party, they decided to hike up a mountain together. These four guys got together and decided that that evening they were going to design a tattoo commemorating the bachelor party. And so they designed a very minimalistic tattoo of, it's just very thin lines. It was like a 3-peak mountain and 4 dots representing each one of the guys going up one of the ascending angles of one of the mountain peaks. And I know that he was afraid to tell me about it when he got home. He said, I have something to show you. And I had no idea that this is what he had done. And when he pulled his bandage back and exposed it, I was like thrilled for him. It looked really cool. And I was a little envious because he had gotten one before I did. And so that was the beginning of my finally making a decision to make an appointment to meet with an artist and have a consultation and make the final decision on what it was that I wanted. So I only wanted one. However, I went in and I came out with not just one, but 7. And I know that seems extreme, and it is, especially for somebody like myself who has spent my entire life tattooless. When I met my boyfriend 5 years ago, we were both tattooless. Neither one of us had any ink on our bodies at all. And so when I came home that day, I had a hard time even with the plastic wrap that they put over the tattoo that you have to wear for a couple of days. I had a hard time looking in my peripheral vision. I would see this dark ink on my pale skin, and it was startling to me. It was something that I was going to have to get used to. And a little over a year later, I still have not been able to get used to it. In fact, I feel very uncomfortable wearing short sleeves and tank tops and anything that exposes my arms. So now if I'm at home, that's not a big deal. I still wear short sleeves and tank tops and things like that. That's not an issue. But when I go out in public, I feel as though I'm being judged. I feel as though people look at me like I'm the kind of person that would not have a tattoo. So I'm trying to work that out in my mind, and after spending nearly a year, turning and covering, I don't have one here, but just covering, finding myself covering and hiding and trying to conceal these tattoos, it's just, for me, it's a life of being uncomfortable in my own skin right now. So, surprise to anyone that knows me that's watching this video right now, for the last year, since August of 2022, I have done a very good job of concealing my tattoos, either with cosmetics or wearing my long sleeves, which I am notorious for wearing long sleeves anyway. Now, of the 7 tattoos that I have chosen to keep 2 of them, and those 2 I will show you when we head to the bathroom for the aftercare. And something else too is that a lot of these places will offer you a numbing cream that you can apply beforehand, and that will help to numb the area. It is quite painful to have tattoo removal done. For myself, I have to use ice packs, which they provide for me. I cannot have the numbing cream because I'm allergic to it. I am allergic to cane derivatives like lidocaine, Novocaine, that kind of thing. So either way, you can ask for numbing cream, but if you have a high tolerance for pain like I do, I just ice it and we just do it. Now for me, when I had my tattoos done, I had some very strange sensations, like nerve endings, like at the top of my head and like under my right rib cage, in my neck, very strange sensations that actually left me feeling like I was being tickled. So I was giggling while I was being tattooed. Now, tattoo removal is another story. I do a lot of deep breathing while it's being done because it does hurt. I don't know any other way to put it. It is very painful. What is also painful is the cost. One session for me is about twice as much as it cost me to have my tattoos done originally. So it is an investment. So make sure that you know that you want to have them removed, because it is quite costly. When we moved here to Tennessee, I made the decision that I can't go on like this. I need to do something about this. So I did find a location in town that does do tattoo laser removal, and they use a Pico Way laser. And that is supposed to be, as of right now, the latest and the greatest as far as tattoo removal is concerned. I want to say that that laser in particular uses a photoacoustic energy versus thermal. Both will remove tattoo ink. And I think that Pico, you can achieve your result faster with less visits than with just thermal. Now, I recently had removal session number 6, and I thought at this point I would ask for permission at the office to have my boyfriend film a couple of little snippets of the actual laser removal itself, so that you can see what it is that I'm going through to try to remove these tattoos. I do not have any color tattoo. It's all just black ink. All of my tattoos are relatively very small and minimalistic, so they really should not take too long to lift. But speaking of the lifting process, one of the things that is required is to stay hydrated. Now, most of us know we need to try to stay hydrated all the time anyway, but in particular when you have your appointment, you'll want to hydrate several days beforehand, the day of, and then afterwards as well. And the reason why is that the Pico laser, it shatters and just blows apart the particles of ink. And so when that happens, your body will eventually carry that away, and it will be, excreted at some point. But your tattoos go through, and it's interesting to watch the phases that the tattoo goes through after a session. It does go through a cycle, and you have to keep it very moisturized, and I will show you how I do that. After this video, you'll be meeting me in my bathroom for some aftercare, and I'll show you how I take care of my tattoos. So, you know, most of my life I haven't really known anyone that's had tattoos, maybe just a couple of people. But when I was growing up in my family, it was just mostly, you know, heavy metal rock band members would have tattoos, or in a biker gang, or military. And even I did see two people in my lifetime that, and you won't see anybody probably today because they would be deceased, concentration camp survivors and their number on their arm. I saw two of those in my lifetime. So, you know, I'm sitting here and I have tattoo regret, and I want to share that with you. I know I'm not the only one out there that has some regret about tattoos. So stay tuned, and we'll meet up in my bathroom for aftercare. All right, stay tuned. And welcome to my bathroom. So this part of the video will probably be shown at the end of my discussion about tattoos and tattoo regret. So I had mentioned and included a clip of the Pico laser tattoo removal from my sixth session that I had done yesterday. So I'm already in the bathroom. I removed my long sleeves, and I also removed the bandage that they placed on my arm in the office for this one and this one, and I'm going to show you this one. So because I have a sensitivity to adhesive on bandages, I cannot use Band-Aids and things like this where there's a border of adhesive. So I bought these were from Walmart. They're Equate brand, and I can't use these, but I do have some extra gauze pads. I have a roll of gauze that I can trim with my scissors to fit appropriately over my healing newly lasered tattoos. So a couple of things you'll need to buy are things like the gauze. If you do not have a sensitivity to adhesives, then you'll need to buy some that are appropriately sized for your tattoo. 1% hydrocortisone ointment, not cream, but ointment. And then, and this was by Aquaphor, but Walmart makes their private label brand of this as well. And then this is Walmart's Equate brand of Aquaphor. And so it's their advanced healing treatment. So you use these together in combination. So I usually put the hydrocortisone on first and then a thin film of the Equate brand. we're just going to remove this. And so what this is, it's kind of like ace bandage material, but it's not. It's very elastic and stretchy, and it's reusable, which is good for somebody like myself that can't use the adhesive bandages. This is just easier for me to use. So now one of the aftercare instructions is to wash your arms. So typically you'll want to use an antibacterial liquid soap like Dial or a private label brand, and usually those are in the color orange. They're like an orange liquid soap. I have Kirk's. This is like a vegan, neutralizing hand wash. They don't do any testing on animals. It's just a very neutral liquid soap. So we're going to go ahead and wash my arms off, and you'll only want to use lukewarm or cool water on these, because for me today they're very, very itchy. Each one of these is extremely itchy. So let me turn, I have the ring light here just as a stand for my iPhone, which is what I am filming with. So just so that you can see, and I don't know that you will, they're slightly raised because of the laser treatment. And I had blistering with this one. Many times shortly after, like almost just right after you have laser treatment done, these will develop frosting, which is like a white coating on it, but that will shortly disappear. So, oh, here's my other one. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these 3 together are considered one because they're affiliated with each other. And then I have this one and this one. So I'm going to go ahead and tilt this down so you can watch me wash my arms, and then I'll pat my arms dry. And you don't necessarily want to rub the towel on your arm. You just kind of want to blot your arms dry. So now one of the instructions that's given to you, part of the instructions are to consume a fair amount of water. And that's something you want to do prior to your appointment for tattoo laser removal, as well as afterwards, going through the healing process. So you'll want to push the fluids, in particular water, so that after you've had this done, that laser has destroyed the particles of the ink. And so in order for your body to carry those particles out of your body and for you to flush them out, plenty of water. Okay. All right. So I've got some clean Q-tips. And what I'm going to do is just take, and I usually just use a thin film. Now, of course, this is number 6 for sessions for me. So I'm pretty used to this. Hopefully you can see this. Again, it kind of looks like I might be getting a little bit of blistering there, but you want to try to just let it go through its natural course of healing. Don't try to pick at it. Don't poke it with a pin. All right, that's one layer of hydrocortisone. And then I've got this. This is the Aquaphor healing ointment. And basically both of these keep these freshly lasered tattoos very, very moisturized. You want to keep them moisturized and not have them dry out. I mean, they're going to go through their own cycle on their own, but I'm just going to put this on here. Now for me, since I've already gone through this 6 times, the day after, I will allow these to breathe a little bit, and I won't put this on right away unless I feel like I need it. I am going to shower this evening, but this is basically just so that I can show you. Let's see if I can get a better view. This is not easy to do on my own, but basically you just kind of wrap it. Now she had it wrapped pretty tightly yesterday, but the nice part about this is that you can reuse this several times, and then it'll just keep it protected. So this is just my aftercare video, and I will try to see if I can go back, and I'd really like to put together at the end of all of this, all of the pictures that I've taken from the very beginning to the end, so that people can see what I've done, how this has actually worked out for me. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that I'll be able to get the results that I'm hoping. I've gone through more sessions than I thought I was going to need, but you know, that's just the price that I'm paying for my poor decision for myself anyway. So if you like this content and you'd like to tune in and stay informed about my little journey here, please consider subscribing, and if this was helpful, please like the video and maybe share it with somebody that you know that's thinking about this or is on the fence or has some tattoo regret. It's a real thing. It does exist. So all right, you take care, and I'll see you in the next one.